It ain't just the belt, folks. It's Matt from House of Vacuums, and today on the bench I've got a wind tunnel high capacity, which just needs a new belt, but it intrigued me just because it looks for all the world like a younger sibling to the Phantom Lightning. Oh, Phantom Thunder. Phantom Thunder, yes. All this guy needs is a belt. Now, one thing that I do see right off the bat is that it is set on the lowest setting. This is a common misconception. People think that because the nozzle's buried and that it is way down inside the carpet and they can really feel it pulling, that it's cleaning better. But that is not the case, because what happens is when you dump that down into the carpet, number one, it's going to stress your belt. That is going to put a lot of pressure on that. Second thing it does is it's going to actually starve your vacuum for air. So it's going to suction cup, which means if there's no air moving into the machine, there's no dirt moving into the machine with it. So while it might feel like it's grooming better, it is actually cleaning worse. So common misconception, and a reason why a lot of people go through belts. Looks like they've seen some carpet fresh. All they want is a belt, so I'm not going to sweat that too much, but yeah, you can see all the grit. It's like sand all through here. That is the death knell of any bagless machine. Really any bagged machine. First thing that we're going to do is make sure that this is spinning freely, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, these are captive end caps, so we can't even get down in there and see what's going on. So it's good that it's free, because they are not serviceable. It ain't just the belt, folks. This thing's clogged. Get a straight shot at this guy, and the way we're going to do that is by taking off this. So I never read off a model number for you guys. This model number is a UH77104. Now, one thing I am also a little concerned about is if airflow's been that restricted to get a clog here, I'm worried about this hose up here, because it's a long hose with a lot of, it's not a direct air path. So we're going to have to check that when we get this back together too, and just make sure that nothing's clogged there. It is now what I would call a zombie brand. Some would argue the TTI saved Hoover. Hoover was definitely in a bad way when they bought them. They'd made a lot of poor decisions, and the final nail in the coffin was certainly the Hoover Z series. That thing was a freaking nightmare. I'll throw a picture up of one if I remember to do it. But man, oh man, they took their money from the original wind tunnel and squandered that on the wind tunnel V2, which was a absolute nightmare. And then they just doubled down on bad decisions and made the Z. And man, they were pretty much bankrupt when TTI bought them. So if TTI hadn't bought them, would they be here today? Maybe not. So it's just unfortunate, because TTI has really just turned them into a slightly more expensive Dirt Devil. And Dirt Devil is a slightly less expensive Hoover. That's the way I like to describe them, because they're both owned by the same company. So, all right, let's go ahead and put this guy back together. That was a pretty clean break. I don't know what happened, but there's really not any rubber on the motor post, so we don't need to clean that off. Just drop this guy back down and in. Now, I don't want to hear in the comments, dude, you should have just while you were in there, it would be good customer service to clean it. I can. I know I say this all the time. I'm sorry if I ramble on about this in my videos, but it really irks me because if I'm going to do that, they're going to pay me for it. Paying for a belt change, which is like the cheapest thing that we do, does not get you a full cleaning. They have the option to service it. On these vacuums like this, the customer's probably making the right decision. It isn't worth a service. I want to make sure this is clear. Man, you can smell that carpet fresh. Woo! Shocker. That is also clogged. So that is why we double check. Gotta take that screw out. All right, where are you clogged? There it is. It's like exactly in the middle. Oh, I can't see that. Exactly in the middle of the hose right here. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the fundamentals of good vacuum design, ladies and gentlemen. I talk about this every time we run into a clog on a bagless machine. But on a good vacuum, you have the straightest shot from both the floor to the bag or bagless chamber. On poorly designed machines like this, which are not powerful to begin with, they slap these giant stretch hoses on them, and guess what they do? They go all the way up, take a 180-degree turn, go all the way down, take another 180-degree turn up into a 90. It is a horrible... I know why they do it. They do it so they can advertise that there's a huge reach on their hose, right? But then you run into the issue of clogs because the air slows down so much on these cheap machines with cheap motors that they just clog right up. So what we're going to do to try to get this out is I'm going to hook up my vacuum and then we're going to stretch this. Usually if you stretch it, you can loosen that clog up. I hope you guys saw that because that was awesome. It just disappeared. And that's why I use a good vacuum as my bench vacuum. Last thing that I want to check real quick is the filters because, gosh darn it, this has almost swore. This has a lot of carpet fresh in it. Oh, that's actually not bad. All right. Yeah, there's a little bit in there, but it's not bad at all. Well, that is a pleasant surprise. All right. Let's just double check this real quick. Yeah, this thing doesn't... Oh, God. Yeah, it's definitely got carpet fresh in it. Good grief. This thing is not long for this world. Once you get carpet fresh down in here like this, your vacuum bearings have a clock on them. This thing's not long for this world. We're just going to make it look like we were inside this thing and that it's not just a complete mess. All right, shined up a little bit. we're gonna go ahead and give this a test run way off the bench because Lord knows it is probably going to spit dust out. I have to wipe down my cameras. Definitely a puff of carpet fresh out of that thing, but it is cleaning. Sounds okay. Other than the puff of carpet fresh, seems to be in working order. So I'm gonna let them know carpet fresh found in motor. Don't use it again. You know, may have damaged motor. Again, only time will tell how long it takes for that to actually have any kind of effect, but you know, you just don't know. Anyways, I appreciate you watching, and of course I will see you in the next video. Bye.